Guess who's Zach? It's me, Chess Tanuki, aka Chris Chaos, aka formerly known as Little X, aka King Kane, aka I ran out of names. This is episode 62. And if you're a loyal fan, you might recognize the background. And for me, it's special because I'm a loyal fan because I'm always editing and creating these videos. And, you know, I wouldn't keep doing it if I didn't like it myself. You know what I'm saying? Which is, it's weird, I know. Like, I can listen to my own music. So I assume it's good music, right? I mean, I have good taste in music. But then when you listen to yourself, you also have, sorry, I had to yell yesterday and several times, and I strained my voice. So I sound like this. If you could tell the difference, I definitely feel a difference. Like, I don't feel sick, but I feel like, I strained my throat. And on that note, let me drink some water. Alright, so I don't even know what I want to start with first. I got several things I want to do. Got several things I want to talk about. So what do I start with? I don't know. 62. Yesterday I was feeling blue. But today I'm feeling true. Today I feel I grew. I'm trying to get lit up like an angel. I'm looking at every angle on how to get this paper. I wonder if I can even hear the beat. It's kind of low for me to freestyle, and plus my throat, I shouldn't even be freestyling. All right. So let me talk about the Last Ronin, issue number 4. So shout out to the Ninja Turtle comic books. The first Last Ronin issue was a big deal. And then it came out, and I think in the second issue, or maybe it was in the first issue, that it was Michelangelo. Oh, shit. Mikey is the last Ronin. Right? So he's carrying his brother's, all his brother's weapons. And it's in the future. So you see he's got his bow. He got Donnie's bow staff, Leo's katana. He's got a sai in the side too. So you can see the sai right here. It's kind of hard to see it. This is Casey. Casey Jones's daughter, or April's daughter. I don't know. I had to sell issues 1, 2, and 3, so I didn't go back, and it's been months. Like, I'm so behind on the comic books. I just ordered from Lone Star Comics, mycomicshop.com. Shout out to them, because you can buy comics. So, like, I'm so behind, man. I'm months behind. I just bought, I ordered that Last Ronin 4, but those, you know, come out every few months. But it's been a while since the third one. So I know it was April, I think April's daughter. Her name is Casey. Anyway. So I had to catch up, right? And I barely read 118. And if you look, let me show you my shirt, because it's feeling really, you know, you know what I'm saying? All right. So, I haven't read 119. That's Baxter Stockman right there, causing trouble. 120. I haven't read 121. I haven't read 122. And then 123 just came out yesterday. Which I feel bad because I have like a comic shop. I go to a comic book shop, right? But I haven't been there a long time. I don't go that way that much. And I just ended up just caving in and just ordering them online. What's interesting is Lone Star Comics used to own Urban Legends. So shout out to Urban Legends. I love them. They're in Mesquite. They're all, town east. But just because I haven't been able to go. So I feel bad. So I can't even go get the 20. I might have to wait a little bit to get 123. I mean, I got to catch up anyways. And I don't want to read them all too fast. It's kind of cool. This is like a trade paperback right here. You know what I'm saying? 5 issues. This is got to be what's it called? An arc, right? There's different arcs. There's small arcs, big arcs. So currently, the Shredder is a good guy. And I've talked about this before because of Shredder in Hell. Shredder redeemed himself. He came back. And then I don't know, I forgot. Like, he defeated this hell dragon that this demon goddess was trying to... She's actually a witch. But she's siblings to, like, these demigods. And her father is this dragon from hell. And she awoken him and brought him back to Earth. But Shredder, who loves her, still had to defeat this dragon along with Splinter. But since Shredder was in hell, he realized he met his old self, his younger. He met all these different versions of himself, and then I guess he realized what his purpose was. So it's definitely a take on the Shredder that we have never seen before in folklore, in the Ninja Turtles lore. I mean, he's always ends up being a bad guy. So right now he's good, and he told Splinter, he promised Splinter that he would take care of the Hamato clan. That's the Hamato. But see this, so this is Jenica, Donnie, Raph, Leo, and Mikey, the last Ronin. I wonder if they put him in that. If they they all got like, it's kind of. And he's using this technology. I think he's using the robe from when damn, I forgot. It's been so long. I had all the comics. I have to buy it again or something. So I can just refer. It's so classic, so great. They have the big compilations, but they're expensive. And I bought those before, and I had to sell them. Eventually, I think I could get them now without having to ever sell them again. But we'll see. I don't know. I've reread the first few like over and over and over. It's such a good story. It's a different take than the original, because they lived in Japan, in ancient Japan, in their past lives, and the Rokusaki back then killed the Shredder. No, killed Splinter and his kids. Right? They all died. He killed their mom. And then they come back as turtles who end up getting mutated. And somehow, and then like Donnie's like a scientist, right? So Donnie's like, how am I supposed to believe that shit? But there's this robot from space that's like, there's certain things like how, because this robot from space was I forgot what they're called. They're the people that had like the pointy ears and stuff. Not a Ultron, but I don't know. He was a person, and then he had to put his soul, or he had to put his mind into a robot. And what he tells Donnie is, there's no science that decides that we have no way of understanding the soul and how the soul's transferred as well. And so that made Donnie think like, okay, you know, this whole thing about us having past lives might be real, because he was a skeptic. So it's a pretty interesting take. Shout out to IDW for doing that. That's the company that you know, makes them. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of corny, like how Oroku Saki, he's helping them. So we get, because I did talk about this character a while back. Lita, which is the pink turtle. Well, she's like the albino turtle. I guess she gets face tats or some shit. And I guess she calls him Uncle Saki. So apparently in the future, like, he's already told him that, you know, him and Splinter made peace. Donnie's apparently writing a book, and they have these little mutants, and so he's taking care of them, but behind the scenes without telling them yet. So he saved Donnie's book by saving his laptop. He saved Leo's like little greenhouse by fixing this wood piece on there. It was gonna break. She's doing these little silly things, right? He tells Jenica a tune because she can't figure out a tune, and he's just a fucking musician now. Like Oroku Saki, he went to hell, and now he's a fucking rock star. I guess that's why he's a rock star now. I mean, that's why he knows good music, because he went to hell. They didn't show that, but and then you got so they're broadcasting because this is Sally, the lion, right? I don't know what her last name is, but she was part of the Mutanimals. But old Hob, who is not pictured in this one, where is he pictured? Old Hob was a cat that lost his eye when he was still a regular cat, from Splinter when he was still a regular rat. And then after they mutated, they just kept fighting. They kept, he ended up working for Baxter Stockman to hunt Splinter and the Turtles, because they were his experiment. And they were stolen by the Foot Clan. Shredder back then had people steal them so that he could, he wanted his own mutants, obviously, to cause ruckus. And, you know, they had Bebop and Rocksteady. What is Slash? Slash came from Baxter. Slash sacrificed himself because Bishop had put a bomb, an atomic bomb or some kind of really big bomb inside of Slash. And so Slash got on a plane and then dropped down into the ocean and it exploded. Which is so sad. It was so sad, but it was so good. Like the way he was like, at first Slash was dumb, and then they gave him this medicine, or like the scientist ended up working with Old Hob and the Mutanimals, and he got smart. And he got intelligent. Like, he was reading books and novels and shit, and he was more intelligent than Old Hob, just the cat. It was so good. I gotta read all that shit again. Now, he also puts, to help this reporter, a radio that's broadcasting Mikey and Sally. April accidentally sees some dealings. Somebody that's working for Baxter is like, starts chasing her, and she's like, what are you doing with that? It's from this like slimy, this mutant monster that was in the sewers, and he found some eggs or some shit. So she's arguing with him, and he's like, fuck it. And I guess they've been like making more of them. He's been making more. Like, mutants are becoming a commodity that they're using to like fight underground wars and shit. So then April gets into a fucking fight, boom, right? But then she's like running, and then those mutants catch up, bite her leg. Now this time, Oroku Saki helps in a really good way. But Baxter, oh, this is a cute little scene with Raphael and Alapex and excuse me, talking about the future that Lita said they were gonna have. And how this little buddy, Pepperoni, gets mutated and becomes trained. But they're still like teenagers because she's like, I don't want to get married right now. He's like, we're still kids. She's like, it's cool to talk about them. April comes in and he's like, who did that to you? And it ends with her saying Baxter. But then you see this, that Baxter calls the ABC boys and says that she's... And so she's wanted. She was working for him to keep an eye on him. She had been working for him from the beginning, from the very first issue. She named the turtles that because she was in school and she had just finished a class. So these are the demigods. See, this is that witch that was manipulating the Shredder, right? She got the Shredder to basically sell his soul and work with Krang, and this is her brother, the Rat King. This is their other siblings. Yeah, they're pretty weird, the other ones. And the turtles have had to like communicate with all of them. They've had issues like, yeah, this is Nobody. That's her name. Their ally. What else is there here? Oh, that's cool. They put an old school Shredder. Oh yeah, and Leatherhead and Krang combined because Leatherhead ate Krang at the trial of Krang because Krang was let go. So he ate him, but Krang is a parasite. He came to find out. So now Krang controls Leatherhead. So that's man. So many different strings. It must be tied. Now the last Ronin, I want to point out that I like how he talks to his brothers, or he imagines what they would be saying, right? They're not really there, but they talk to him. That's when he decides to train Casey. I haven't finished reading this, so I can't really, that's all I can really talk about. But it's incredible, man. Completely incredible. I can see there's like a flashback, but I don't know. I think they're in Japan or something. I don't know. It's gonna be lit. I think I don't know how many there's gonna be, 5 or 6. Well, it says next issue, so it would say the final issue. So it's probably gonna be 6 issues total. That shit is fucking fire. If I had like bread, like a celebrity, and I wouldn't buy all the covers, but I'd buy like 1 or 2 covers. Like if I had a favorite cover, because they show you all the, you know, all the different covers you can get, but they're expensive. Like I'm talking about like 50, 30. I mean, it's a lot. Oh shit, there's a scene with Kevin Eastman. You can distinctly tell his style. I wonder if Peter Laird, no, it's all Eastman. This is Ben Bishop. He's a beast. He's been on the ongoing series. I don't know who's doing the main Last Ronin story. I don't know if I've ever seen their art or if I recognize it. Because a big one is, well, whenever on the main series, they do a lot of Sophie Campbell, which is pretty dope. Urban Legends was dope. That was the Image series, but reprinted in color and finally concluded because in the 90s when it was out, or the early 2000s or some shit. No, it was the 90s. I don't know. But, yeah, man. It's really a great time to be a fucking Ninja Turtle fan. And then Seth Rogen, which Seth Rogen has been in the news because of what his response was to that other guy. Other people have covered it, so I'm not even going to cover it or say my opinion. I don't even really have an opinion. My opinion would just copy somebody else's. Like, my opinion is the same as, like, the fighter and the kid's opinion. Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen. So, I mean, you can see their opinion if you want to see mine. But his movies are, he is a, and then, but Brian Callen said that Seth Rogen also gives like a lot of money to charity. Which, I mean, who knows about those charities, you know what I'm saying? But he is talented. and creative. So that's also something to look forward to as a Ninja Turtle fan. Damn, my mouth is dry. My throat super dry. Tired. I think I'm gonna take a break, and then we'll come back with the next segment. And we are back, baby. All right. So proceeding on to my series of seeing beautiful creatures, insects, spiders, stuff like that. I mean, all I've covered is grasshoppers, a couple different butterflies. I've talked about what seeing ducks means. And certain things like that, but I haven't cut those into clips. Anyway, and I don't even remember what episodes those were. So, today, I'm going to talk about bumblebees, because I've had a few interesting, for me, encounters with bumblebees. One time one flew into my job, and I almost like got it and took it outside, but I didn't. And then, like, there was a time where I was chilling with my sister and my brother-in-law, and a bee landed on me. And then, you know, I'm not really scared of bees. I guess if it did, I mean, because, you know, they say if it feels threatened, right? So if you're not fucking with it, then it probably won't fuck with you. And they're cute. You know, they're fucking cute, and they have that cool little. And the Bee Movie was dope. My son used to love the Bee Movie. He would play it over and over and over and over. Which is cool because there's a comedian, Jerry Seinfeld, and I used to have these DVDs with like old school comedy clips, stand-up clips. And so there was like Jerry Seinfeld. Isn't it weird that Jerry Springer was like a governor? There were some weird governors. Jesse Ventura's kind of like off the chain now. Like, have y'all seen him? Like, I saw him on the Theo Von podcast. I mean, he's all right, but he's kind of off the chain. Off the. Alex Jones is more grounded than. But you know, I don't know. But he's. I'm just talking about governor. I don't know. That's a weird side hustle. Anyway, getting back to bumblebees. Bumblebees are good. Now, this is according to Antiflow.com, which I think that means your period, if you have a period. Anyway, bumblebees are good pollinating agents. They consume nectar from flowers so this is just the basics. They consume, but it also shows why they're special. They consume nectar from flowers as their food. These bees collect nectar from flower to flower. From flower by landing upon the flower and suck its nectar using its string. While collecting nectar, pollen grains from the flower get attached to their legs. So we've all seen the videos where a bee lands and then the pollen gets on its legs and it's spreading it. When it passes to other flowers, this pollen. So there's a lot of typos, and I just copied and pasted directly from Antiflow.com. So it's kind of the information is good, but they typed it fast, or they didn't have a proofreader. So when it passes to other flowers, this pollen grain will fall on them, through which fertilization process takes place. For which the fertilization process takes place. They hold the power of service as important pollinator on many plants. In cold weather, I thought this was interesting. In cold weather, the queen bee and her worker bees will shiver their flight muscles in order to warm themselves. By keeping them warm, they can fly and work even at very low temperatures. Bees have large-sized hairy coats, which also help them to maintain their body temperature. Bumblebees possess. Now, what's interesting is they wrote bubble, but I'm assuming it's bumble. So they're just. Bumblebees possess an ability to control its body temperature. Only few insects have this ability. Bumblebees are good hypnotherapists. I don't know. I think that means that you can watch them. Like if you have like a, I imagine it's very interesting to watch them. The ancient initiation of mastering the body, mind, and soul is associated with the quality of bumblebees. As the bee adjusts its body temperature in an altered state, some yogi masters are capable of adjusting their body temperature by means of slowing down their own heartbeats. Sometimes we gotta stop and breathe. I need to spray some saline in my nostrils. Hence, bumblebees have strong connection with the ancient secrets of longevity. All bees are productive in nature. The most sensitive organ in bees is their legs. They use their legs to taste the nectar. Imagine being able to taste with your legs. That'd be so weird. Compared to honeybees, bumblebees store less honey and have only few individuals in their colony. Okay. So I don't know the difference between what kind of bee I saw. I'm assuming that they're bumblebees, not honeybees. So I don't see there's no fucking bee hive over here that's like a honeycomb shit. So I'm assuming it's a bumblebee that I saw a few times. Bees stay focused only on their goal. They never get distracted or get sidetracked. The wording is fucking me up when I'm trying to read it. Because what it says is, bees stay focused only on their goal. They never distracted by any sidetrack. So I'm assuming this is somebody who used Google Translate or some shit. Bees remind us, I should have proofread this shit. I should have proofread. Bees remind us as they can be good. Oh my god. I'm gonna read it the way. No, it'll give y'all a headache. It's fucking with me. Bees can be a good motivator in human life. As the bees stay focused, slow down, suck the nectar from flower, and taste it. People who have bumblebee as their power animal will stay focused in their life, being slow, and they enjoy the sweetness of their life. Bumblebees give us a message to wake up and follow our heartbeat rhythm. Listen to elder words. Pay attention to your inner voice and wisdom. If we follow bumblebees' leads in our life, it will drive us to a destination which will be most suited for our new awakening life. That was hard to read. I hope it wasn't too hard to hear. In summarization, let me try to summarize in my own words. Bees, the reason they say busy as a bee is a reason for the season. Alright, fuck it, let's move on. Oh shit, there's more? Damn. Bumblebee people may be affected by hypoglycemia and diabetes, so they have to consume high nutritious food, and doing regular exercising and practicing yoga is highly recommended for them. Bumblebee people have strong, I don't know what that means. I guess people have a spirit. How do you decide that? How do you know? I don't know what my kind of person. Am I a bumblebee person? I don't think so. They have strong connection with the ancient secrets of longevity. They acquire it by practicing yoga. I guess you can strive to have that type of energy, or become that type of bee person. I don't know. The ancient Celtic priests saw the bee as the symbol of community. See, that's good. It also symbolizes the sun, the goddess, and celebration. During festival season, mead was prepared and drunk by the ancient people. The main ingredient of mead is fermented honey and water. Oh shit, I didn't know that. You can get drunk off of honey if it's fermented. In Christian era, beehive-shaped huts were built, which presents the aim of harmonious community. Christian monks lived in beehive-shaped huts. Bumblebees give us a message about the secret of life and service. A bee can show up as a spirit guide when, now this is according to auntieflow.com. Now that's flow, F-L-O. And auntie with a Y, not an I-E. You need to have female warrior energy is why it might be showing up. You need to understand reincarnation, possibly. You have communication with the dead. I don't think it's that. You need to provide good services, maybe. You need to know how to gather information and other things. That's very vague. You need to work as a community. That makes sense. That's very interesting because I'm putting perspective in the situations where I saw the bumblebee. They were definitely in social situations. Once at work, where I have to work as a community, and with my sister and brother-in-law, which we are also a tiny community. Not that we live together, but just the harmony. I don't know. Maybe it was just all. I feel like usually when I see it, I just see it as a good sign. Like, oh, the same way when I see a butterfly. But I like to look up what other people think that the meaning is, because maybe they're right. Everybody has their own truth and how you perceive it, and it basically whatever you feel like it means to you, that's really what's important. For me, when I see something like that, it's just like, okay. A lot of this other bullshit, the stress, the overworking, the putting blame on others, the reacting to the inactiveness. I don't know. Rewind that. Let's not talk about anything. But anyways, it reminds me that life is more simple than we think a lot of time. You know, a bee does its job, and you know it's simple. And sometimes we just gotta. It's hard. It's hard work, but we gotta be hard too, I guess. But we also gotta help each other, which is easier said than done. Okay, moving on. I would like to talk about another angel number, and I see this one a few times. I've seen it on this house that I pass by when I'm on my way home. I've seen it other places on the clock, such forth. 909. So angel number 909, according to the Secret of the Tarot. Shout out to them because I usually use them for angel numbers. Gives you the motivation you need to achieve your goals. Angel number 909, gives you the power to convert your dreams to reality. Additionally, the number comes your way if you need to change your temperament, which that can be me. The angels send number 909 to dissuade you from making the wrong decision. Temperamental people tend to be impulsive. I'm trying to work on it. According to sunsigns.org, which we've used before, shout out to them, angel number 909 combines the magnified energies of 9 as it appears twice with the vibrations of 0. Number 9 is a karmic number that is a prompt for us to give to others and serve. 9 also carries the attributes of helping others and humanitarianism. Thus, we are reminded to seek out opportunities. Angelmanifest.com says, and these are just like the Google search bar or the DuckDuckGo search bar. I mean, because it gives you a complete little paragraph. It comes with a period and everything. According to Angel Manifest, the angel number of 909 meant to take action for the mission. The number 9 is a sign that you are ready for purpose or mission, and 0 represents God itself. That's why the angel number 909 conveys the message to God to you. Get ready for a new mission. Prepare yourself mentally for change, which is hard to do. Change is constant. The only constant is change. Shout out to the Ninja Turtles. That was like the name of their first story arc. Or the first trade back or something like that. In other words, God's will is leading you to a new stage. Spirit Digit, I like that name, spiritdigit.com says that angel number 909 is a high frequency number that was first mentioned in the book, The 9 Lives of Angel 909. It wasn't first mentioned in the book. Doesn't make sense. By Doreen Virtue. The 909 angel number meaning and significance has to do with love and spirituality, as well as intuition and creativity. That's interesting. Okay, so I looked up Doreen Virtue, and I tried to find the book, The 9 Lives of Angel 909. I couldn't find it on Google. I found maybe 20 other books that she wrote about angel number 101. I was like, what beat is that? I thought that was this other beat from another era. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, Doreen Virtue. So I didn't see it. She also has like a book about the Archangel Michael. She's got a book about fairies. She's got a book about this unicorns. I don't know. So it seems interesting. But I didn't see the one about the 9 lives of Angel 909. Angel number 909. Now this is from thepublic.in, which I don't know what that means. Because you know we usually see .com, .org, .edu, and that's it. But this is .in. I don't know what that means. Angel number 909 suggests that your angels are telling you that even though a part of your life may have been altered, halted, or changed, things will ultimately turn out for the best. Like a blessing in disguise. Alright. And I'm a badass women in herstory. Hey, I ain't done that in a while. This is a hard to read episode because I picked an Aztec Queen. Look at this name. I don't know how to say that, so I'm gonna try though. Tlapadisquixochitzin was an Aztec noblewoman and queen regnant of the Aztec city of Ecatepec. She was also a queen consort, which I'm going to explain these terms, what a queen regent and a queen consort are. I'm going to tell you in a second, because I don't know. Because also there's not a lot of information in her Wikipedia, so I started going to the other things. She's also a queen consort, or empress, of Tenochtitlan. She was born as a princess, daughter of Prince Matlacotzin and thus a granddaughter of the king Chimalpili I and sister of Princess Tlahuilotzin. All right. Wait, is that the same name? Okay, so they basically almost have the... No, there's no P in the sister. Alright, so our queen that we're talking about, the Aztec Queen. Well, let me go over this, alright? So... let me do a little background. What the Aztecs are, actually. Because, I mean, we've all heard of the Aztecs. But here's a little background. The Aztecs were a Mesoamerican culture that flourished in Central Mexico. In the post-classic period from 1300 to 1521. As far as we know. That's what researchers say. But nobody, I mean, we can't go back in time. How do we know? I mean, we got people who say shit, right? But we haven't actually poured over that research. Shout out to Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The Aztec peoples included different ethnic groups of Central Mexico. I didn't know that. Mesoamerica, particularly those groups who spoke the Nahuatl language and who dominated large parts of Mesoamerica from the 14th to the 16th centuries. Aztec culture, and that's always so weird to me, but the 16th century is the 1500s. The 14th century is the 1300s. That's weird. Aztec culture was organized into city-states, Altepetl, some of which joined to form alliances, political confederations, or empires. The Aztec Empire was a confederation of 3 city-states. See, I didn't know this. I thought they were living like savages and shit, bro. I thought they were living like... I mean, I knew they had the farming down to a T, to the point where they were able to farm on water. They were able to build on water, too, I think. So the Aztec Empire was a confederation of 3 city-states established in 1427. Tenochtitlan, city-state of the Mexica, or Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan, previously part of the Tepanec Empire, whose dominant power was Azcapotzalco. Although the term Aztecs is often narrowly restricted to the Mexica of Tenochtitlan, it is also broadly used to refer to Nahuatlites or people of central Mexico in the pre-Hispanic era. Hispanic comes from Spanish. As well as the Spanish colonial era, which is from 1521 to 1821. 300 years. Where they fucked them just like the Europeans did to America, the Native Americans, the same shit. But everything happens for a reason, I guess. I don't know. We are so lucky not to live in that time. People say, oh, this is the worst time. Bitch, this is the fucking best time. Amazon Prime, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, fucking podcasts, streaming, AC, heater, cars, fucking glasses, clothes, food. Alright, sorry. What was that? The definitions of Aztec and Aztecs have long been the topic of scholarly discussion ever since German scientists Alexander von Humboldt established its common usage in the early 19th century. So they didn't even come up with that name. A German scientist in the 1800s called the Aztec. That's, I guess. All right. Now, I wanted to know what that meant, because she wasn't just a queen. She was a queen regnant. So a queen regnant is a female monarch, equivalent in rank and title to a king, who reigns in her own right over a realm known as a kingdom, as opposed to a queen consort, who is the wife of a reigning king, or a queen regent, who is the guardian of a child monarch and rules temporarily in the child's stead, be it de jure in sharing power or de facto in ruling alone. A princess regnant is a female monarch who reigns in her own right over a principality. An empress regnant is a female monarch who reigns in her own right over an empire. Wow. So she was both. Tilapalis, I'm gonna call her Tapalis Ki Sholshitsi. I don't know how to pronounce it. She was a queen regnant of Ecatepec, and a queen consort in another town, another city, another fucking empire. So I looked up the empires, or the cities. So Ecatepec, officially Ecatepec de Morelos, is a municipality in the state of Mexico. The municipal seat, and I like this because that's where my name comes from, I think, San Cristobal Ecatepec. The city is practically coextensive with the municipality, comprising 99% of the total municipal population. Oh, this is now. It is. It's got 1.5 million people. It's Mexico's fourth most populous municipality after Tijuana, León, and Puebla, and the most populated suburb of Greater Mexico City. And they came up. They were always big. The Aztecs were running. The name Ecatepec is derived from Nahuatl and means windy hill, or hill devoted to Ecatepec. It was also an alternative name or invocation to Quetzalcoatl. Morelos is the last name of Jose Maria Morelos, a hero of the Mexican War of Independence. Saint Christopher is the city's patron saint, celebrated on July 25th. The Mexico City Metro subway extends into Ecatepec. So she was the queen of that place, right? And she was also kind of a queen, a de facto queen. Well, she was a queen, but she didn't have as much power in what is now Mexico City. That's Tenochtitlan. So Ecatepec, she had all the power. But in Tenochtitlan, she shared power. And that's what became Mexico City. And those two cities are now connected by a subway system, which is pretty interesting. So she ran both cities, and now those cities, hundreds of years later, are connected. Points of interest include the newest Catholic cathedral in Mexico. I mean, that's new news. I'm talking about history, man. Okay, look, Sagrado Corazón de Jesús. Also, several colonial-era churches, and the Morelos Museum in Casa de los Virreyes. A queen. So I want to know what a queen consort was, right? Or no, we already knew that. So why did I do it again? Whatever. But it says a consort queen usually shares her spouse's social rank and status. She holds, so she is pretty fucking powerful in the other one too. She doesn't share the political and military powers. That's what she doesn't have. Unless on occasion acted in this region. Interesting. In contrast, the queen regnant is a female monarch. Okay, I already read that. So Tenochtitlan was a large Mexica Altepetl in what is now the historic center of Mexico City. Damn, I want to go there, guys. The exact date of the founding of the city is unclear. The date, March 13, 1325, was chosen in 1925 to celebrate the 600th anniversary of the city. The city was built on an island in what was then Lake Texcoco in the Valley of Mexico. The city was the capital of the expanding Aztec Empire in the 15th century until it was captured by the Spanish in 1521. Imagine going into 1520 thinking like, oh, this is the shit. It's kind of how we went into 2020, right? And it still is, you know, it's different. It's definitely a different time. But it's better than it was. We're better off now than we were if we were. They went through a lot of shit. If you ever seen the John Leguizamo special, Latin History for Morons, it's pretty dope. Talks about it. At its peak, it was the largest city in the pre-Columbian Americas. It's subsequent. See, I'm thinking about that statement. So I guess once Colombia became a thing, they had the biggest city. I don't know. It subsequently became a cabecera of the Viceroyalty of New Spain. Today, the ruins of Tenochtitlan are in the historic center of the Mexican capital. The World Heritage Site of Xochimilco contain what remains of the geography, water, boats, and floating gardens of the Mexica capital. Tenochtitlan was one of two Mexica city-states on the island, the other being Tlatelolco. The city is located in modern-day Mexico City. In the Spanish name, okay, so then I wanted to know her family, because in the beginning I say she was the daughter of a prince, right? No, who the fuck is Diego de Alvarado Juancita? What? In the Spanish name, the first of paternal surname is de Alvarado, and the second or maternal family name is Juanitzin. I don't know why I put that. But I know that Diego, see, what? I don't know. Her family, she was royalty. But her nephew became a governor in Spanish. Yeah, a grandson of Axayacatl and nephew of Moctezuma. He was initially the ruler of Ecatepec before becoming Tlatoani of Tenochtitlan, as well as its first governor under the colonial Spanish system of government. Man, this was a workout for my tongue. Anyway, it's just cool to know that my ancestors, I don't know, I'm assuming I got some Aztecs on mine. that, and even if I'm not, it's just cool to know that from the place where my dad's from. I mean, because, you know, we obviously have Spanish blood, right? I'm like, as fuck. So, um, but, you know, those are still my ancestors, the Aztecs, right? I assume. And even if they're not, it's cool to know the history. Like, we don't really learn about that shit, right? So also knowing that they were feminists, because the queen had as much power as the king. They were equal. She was equal in one city, and in the other city, she was pretty much equal. She just couldn't do a military strike or something. So I mean, that's more advanced than we have now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a couple, I don't know. I don't know if it's more advanced. Supposedly democracy is supposed to be better than monarchy, and I'm assuming that's what they had is the monarchy. It's pretty interesting to think about. All right. So, I think I'm going to take one more break. We'll come back and do some questions, maybe a freestyle, and we'll finish it up. Chapter 3 of episode 62. They always ask what it do, and I be like, what's good? We need more God in the hood. Pray God takes care of our children. I try all day to not get in my feelings, but it's kind of hard with the trauma and no real therapy. And I'm too lazy to go to therapy, even though I could get a few sessions for free. But fuck it, I'm trying to do it on my own. But I got family and friends and a place to call home. I work with good people. And even though I complain a lot, we all fight evil. I try not to be a stain on the block. Shout out to all the cops, firefighters, and teachers. Unless you're a cop that kills innocent people. But there's just a few of those, despite what the media says. Because the media lies sometimes, just like a press. But don't let that shit get you depressed. Because, like I talked about earlier, we're blessed. You can just order a dress to your redress, or get a salad that's dressed straight to your house. I mean, you could find yourself a spouse without even leaving your room. You can go on dates by just using a program called Zoom. I probably won't see that brand new movie called Doom. Has anyone ever played the original Doom? Yeah. This is wild ass flow. I got that wild ass dro. And I'm a fly ass pro. And for sure, I'm trying to make my cash grow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the listen. Let my flow so glisten, 'cause it's shining like gold. And I flow so cold. And my throat's kinda sore. But that's what honey is for. Yeah, I want to shout out to Honey Gardens, man. This stuff right here, I get it for me and my son. Wonderful. Alright. So, also shout out to Clean Calls, baby. Yerba Mate energy drink. 50% of profit supports addiction recovery. 160 milligrams of better caffeine. Yo, so I don't know if y'all know, but I used to drink these Yerba Mate energy shots from a company called Guyaki or something. But they didn't stop making them. They stopped making them. The shots. They still make energy drinks, but I don't like the fact that they have so much sugar. These have less sugar, taste great. It's a good cause. It's from Austin, Texas. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you turn it down? All right. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to say, I bought these right here because Amazon suggested them. And they are disgusting. But what I've been doing, which is some fiend shit, and I just did it like it feels like, it's strong. So what I would do was mix a little in so that the flavor, and sometimes I would pour too much, sometimes I wouldn't pour, not most of the time. What is it pour? Just the right amount or too much? And it was kind of too much caffeine, but I didn't want to fucking waste the shit that I bought. So yeah, they're not as good as those energy shots that Guyaki used to make. But Yerba Mate, there's something to Yerba Mate. And I like maybe I'll keep this one closed, because I like that. You know how I was talking about the Aztecs? That Aztec pyramid. I'm so close to the camera. It's just so strong. I think this, I don't know. All right. So let me do a couple questions and then we'll get out of here, man. It's late. And I want to try to get this shit uploaded by tomorrow, which is Friday. All right. What are you worried will change you? When I first read this, I thought maybe like a wife or a girlfriend that's, I'm pretty scared that they'll try to change me maybe. But that's also just my fear for my trauma of my parents and, you know. So that I probably shouldn't even worry about that. But that's the only thing I can worry about that will change me is a woman. But I would love to be with a woman. I don't think I'm ready yet. I don't think I'm ready to provide the love that they need. I don't know. You know, maybe I am. What triggers your inner shopaholic? Amazon? Do you have a scar? Alright, so this is the one that has a story. There's one. There's another. Oh yeah, my son has one like right here, like Harry Potter. So this one I got in pre-K. When I was in the cafeteria and I got on these two tables, right? And then I was swinging like my feet, but I slipped and I fell and I landed on my chin. Boom. And I remember it felt like they put tape on here. My dad was mad at me. He had to go pick me up. He's like, what the fuck, man? I was sleeping and shit. Oh, he had to go to work that day and shit. I feel bad now, but I was just a fucking kid, but yeah. So that one was because of that. Stitches. No, this one was from a fight. And it makes my lip look fat right here. And I really don't like it. But fuck it. I wonder if like one day I could get that fixed. Or maybe not, because maybe I need it as a reminder. Well, I'm way too close. I'm looking at this shit like a mirror. It's too much. Alright. Sorry. What part of democracy do you not agree with? The part that their politicians are influenced by pharmaceutical companies and shit. How cynical are you? I have moments. What if I'm fucking... Alright, so I have moments where I'm like, I can be super cynical, but I try not to do that no more. I think it depends on my mood. I can be cynical as fuck, and I can cut with words. Or is it so powerful? But you know, like I gotta like not absorb shit. It's hard to not absorb negative energy. If you need to come up with a large amount of money in 48 hours, how could you do it? So these are journal questions. So some of these, like, I'm not gonna say the truth. Nah, just kidding. Probably like call every family member that I'm close to and see how much I can get. Well, I'd also sell shit. Obviously, I got shit I could sell. I'd sell all my comic books again, like I usually do every few months. I got some shit I could sell. What do you feel? But hopefully I don't have to go through that shit. That sounds horrible. What do you feel needs further exploration in our world or universe? I guess our souls, right? Like, what is that? Like, we don't even know. Or maybe DMT. There should be way more research on DMT. Probably drugs. The way that some of them can benefit PTSD and shit. Maybe PTSD, trauma. A lot of shit, man. Who is the smartest person you know, and what do you ask them for help with? I don't know. My mom and my dad. Depending on the subject and the topic. Yep. What is the hardest thing about being you? If I say anything negative, I sound like a dick right now. Hard. What is hard? Not my... Nah, just kidding. I mean, I'm fucking blessed. I'm lucky. I should not and will not complain about anything about my life. The parts I think are hard, somebody else has it 10 times harder. And it's very hard to remember that in the moment of anger. But I'm trying to be able to catch myself without getting angry. Today I did a pretty good job. Yesterday I did not. And that's why my voice is, tired and shit. I don't know why I'm doing this like it's the magic wand. All right. How tall are you? 5'10", 5'11". My license says 5'10", I think. When I stand up, like straight and shit. How would you rate your athleticism using fictional characters? Doug, Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. Nah, I'm not fucking garbage. I wasn't good at sports. Basketball, I'm good defense. I used to be when I would try. I also, I just don't enjoy athletic shit. I like a hike. I imagine I would like a hike. I don't know if I've ever actually been hiking. Might hike to a point and then, like, chill. So Doug, who else? Somebody more recent, because Doug and Rocco are like not recent characters. I would like to be like a ninja fucking turtle. I don't know. Let's just go with Doug. He's all I can think about right now. Gumby? No, Gumby's a trip, bro. Gumby's like fucking stretchable and shit. Have you ever given a speech? If so, about what? No, not technically. I've done presentations. Those aren't really speeches. I had to do a lot of presentations in college, a few in high school. No, college is the most, though. Almost every class had a fucking point of presentation except for math and English. So those are, there's like mini speeches, I guess. And then performing on stage when I'm rapping and shit, that's a mini speech, I guess. Not really. Have you ever declared a truce with someone you were fighting with? It was almost like, I don't think we ever actually, the person that I fought and got this from, we're cool now. And I got love for that person. So, but we never really, no, he did apologize. And I think I did too, for like escalating the situation. Adding fuel to the fire. Have you ever declared, oh wait, two more. Have you ever ran into a wall or door? Nah, but that reminds me, my cousin Isaac, who was on the last episode, whenever he was a kid, when he was like little, 5, he ran into a glass fucking door at a hospital. And he fucking started bleeding and shit. That shit was crazy. Hard, too. Alright. This is an important question, and we will end it with this. Do you think happiness is a choice? Yes. It's a hard choice to follow. It's hard to become and stay. I don't know. Happiness is definitely a choice, man. Because there's people who are happy with less than people who have more. Happiness is not something that's just clear cut. Everybody has different levels of happiness. Different things make them happy. But everybody deserves to be happy. Unless you're a piece of shit. No. Everybody deserves to be happy. But not with disregard to others. So if your happiness relies on the suffering of others, fuck you. Right? I think we can all agree with that. Alright, y'all. This has been fun. I'm probably gonna, we'll see what we do next time. Alright? I love y'all. Peace.